Key West, Florida this morning, and things there look pretty calm, though. This is happening as mandatory evacuations are taking place for at least 20 counties in that state. Hurricane Helene moving toward the Big Bend portion of that state as forecasters warn a storm surge there could reach as high as 20 feet above ground level. That's roughly the height of a two-story building.
Yeah, it puts it into perspective there for you. And we've already seen people boarding up their homes and businesses. Check out the video behind us. Schools have canceled class for the week. And overnight, Tampa Airport announced it's closed.
Yeah, I want to get to Cleo Green in our breaking news center this morning. And Cleo, we know that this could have catastrophic results.
Yeah, Mark, Kara, right now, Hurricane Helene is gaining a lot of strength. It could turn into a Category 4 hurricane before it makes landfall tonight. Now, experts say this could be catastrophic, the largest storm they've seen in years. Here's the deal. While we may not see any weather effects here in Texas, it could affect us here at home when it comes to flight delays and disruption here at home and across the country. Like you mentioned, Tampa's airport closed overnight. Helene is forecast to make landfall between 8 and 11 p.m. Eastern. So that means it's going to be dark when it slams the coast with winds up to 130 miles per hour. Now, I do want to mention here, mandatory evacuations have been ordered in at least 20 Florida counties. There are also states of emergency in Georgia, North Carolina, and Virginia, and Tallahassee. More than 200,000 Floridians are in the direct path of this hurricane, many boarding up and getting out fast.
I got a bad feeling about this one. Like, we've never taken that direct hit.
If our community remains central in Helene's path as forecasted, we will see unprecedented damage like nothing we have ever experienced before as a community.
Experts say storm surge could reach 20 feet, and a big concern right now is power outages, which could extend well inland. And right now, state leaders say 18,000 linemen are already strategically staged across Florida, and more are on the way. Back to the flight disruption. Right now, a lot of airlines urging passengers, people here in Texas, to go ahead and make those changes to your flights if you're in this path at all, especially here in North Texas. American Airlines and Southwest saying you have until Saturday to make those changes without any fees. All right, let's talk about the path. Let's get to meteorologist Greg Fields. Good morning, Greg.
Hey, good morning there, Cleo. Yes, the folks along the Florida coast are bracing for this major hurricane. It will be Hurricane Helene, as we've been talking about. This storm getting out into the Gulf now. It's going to strengthen here very quickly over the next few hours as we get into this afternoon. And you see those bands, those outer bands already moving up the Florida coast. So we are talking about tremendous amounts of rain with this as this storm will continue to strengthen. Still a Category 1 storm, but it will quickly strengthen here over the next few hours. Those 90-mile-per-hour winds, and you see the west coast of Florida there, Tampa Bay. So we're looking at about 350 miles roughly southwest of Tampa, Florida right now, moving to the north and northeast at 12 miles per hour. Now that forward speed will pick up a little bit, a lot, in fact, as we head toward this evening. So again, it's going to be making landfall maybe as early as 7, 8 o'clock tonight as a very strong Category 3 hurricane, maybe borderline Category 4. We'll see as it gets closer to the coast, but somewhere in the Florida Big Bend as a major Category 3 hurricane with at least 115-mile-per-hour winds, but probably stronger, certainly with those higher gusts as it works its way inland. It's going to maintain that hurricane strength all the way up through Georgia. So we're talking about still a major storm that we're going to be dealing with as far as the wind and the rain, that tornado threat along the coastal regions as well, and that will extend well inland too as we head toward the end of the week there Friday. We're still going to be talking about this storm even as we get into Friday afternoon as it finally weakens as a depression. So as we look at those warnings, the hurricane warnings all the way inland there into Georgia, and those tropical storm warnings going all the way up into the Carolinas there, even up into portions of North Carolina. So again, this is going to be a major storm. It will do lots of damage. I do want to bring in meteorologist Mariela Ruiz to talk more in detail about what we can expect with Helene.
Yeah, and you know, those hurricane warnings in place because of the wind speeds. So areas in red, wind speeds of over 75 miles per hour, and that is on top of the big flood concern that they have going on. The tropical storm warnings in red, the hurricane warnings in pink there, and storm surge, that's going to be another major factor along Florida's west coast. 15 to 20 feet will be likely along Florida's Big Bend, where Helene will be making landfall. But areas as far south as Tampa, Sarasota, over 5 to 8 feet of storm surge. It's water that's getting pushed inland on top of water that's falling from the hurricane. So you have that water that's getting pushed inland, then you have this 5 to 8+ inches of rain on top of that, and they'll be dealing with major flood threat, and that carries inland. Like Greg mentioned, it'll still be a Category 1 storm by the time it makes its way through Georgia. So factor in a very saturated soil and high wind speeds of over 74 miles per hour. You're talking down trees. Now, the reason this thing is gaining strength so quickly is because of how warm that surface water is, 2 to 4 degrees warmer than normal. Coming up in the 6 o'clock hour, we're going to talk about why the storm is staying far away from Texas, and that's in the next hour, Kara.